Well, how about listen to the lady for once, and in May, don't do what a lot of you've done in the past, not bother to vote at all. Go and vote Labour and get rid of the rubbish that's done in the country today. Because Eton School is probably the worst school in the country. Mainly because they'll take anybody if they got money. You can be as thick as 2 planks and they'll take you in if you can pay their fees. They'll probably even get you a degree. Not that it's worth the paper it's written on. If anybody saw 2 tribes last night, the yes people with a degree got thrashed by the no people 7-1. So what's a degree? A piece of paper that's rubbish. I got some bits of paper here. I don't know. I wanted to learn about computers, you see. I was old and retired. I'm 77 this year. And somebody told me, well, if you do one of these adult education courses, not only do you teach you English and things like that. I said, well, I bloody know that. She said, no, but you get to use a computer and all that. And that's what started me off. There's the certificate I was given by Cornwall County Council for being the best student in the area. I think best student in Cornwall, the most advanced, I think they said. They picked me up in a car, took me down to Truro. I met the mayor and shook her hand. She was a female then. It was back in 2007. I got that. And that was passing grade 1 and 2 in English literature. The reason I took that was it was my worst subject at school. Because I'm mildly dyslexic and also mildly autistic. Because people don't realise that autistic people are really so clever that and have such a powerful brain they don't understand this world. And they're like a leap forward in evolution, some more so than others. But I'm trying to help the Labour Party any way I can. So any of your friends in May, drag them to the polls and give this Cameron idiot the shock of his life. I had trouble with sorting out my computer because the internet and all that sort of side of it I never bothered with. I used to repair computers from the Commodore 64, which was more or less a Game Boy. But I could program them. You programmed them with a cassette tape. And I worked all the way up to XP, Windows XP, through Windows 31, 95, 98, and then XP. The only trouble is, after that, what's-it-called left, didn't he? Forgotten his name. Shouldn't forget his name, should I? The man that started it all. Anyway, you'll know his name. And I'd know his name if it was written down, you see. It'll probably come to me while I'm talking to you. But when he left Microsoft, things went down fast. And the atrocious Vista went down even faster. And this Windows 7 is not much better. The reason, I don't know if you've watched any of my videos, but you know that I've got rolling titles, I've got all sorts of cuts and all sorts of, what they call them, transitions from one scene to the next. I converted old 8mm movie into digital, and then also in some of it into widescreen. And oh, by the way, this is my real qualification. It is a City and Guilds certificate, finals, 1970. So do the math. 45 years. And I started in 1968. And I got this quicker than it's ever done before or since. It's impossible to do it any quicker because I sat the intermediate after 3 months and I sat the final a year later, because you got to do a year in the trade, and I got it in May 1970. You know, I was talking about that certificate that I got given. Here's the passes. I mean, it's just paper to me. I'm not any more than a good degree is. It's English literature, and I passed grade 1 and grade 2. I said to them, "Can't I do the maths course?" She said, "You're joking, then?" Yeah. I said, "Why?" She said, "Well, you know more about it than we do." But it's not true, actually. Well, it is true, but there was one thing that I learnt that I didn't know, and she said, "It's I said, "What's this thing they're talking about? A rhombus?" "Oh, it's a four-sided figure." "Oh, a square, a rectangle, a parallelogram." And then I went on a tetragon. Because that's what I knew it as a tetragon or a quadrangle. Quadrangle is Latin, tetragon is Greek. It's tetra means 4 in Greek. In the electronics trade, you got diode, di, which is 2, triode, tri, which is 3, tetrode, which is 4, and then you have pentode, which is 5, and you have a heptode and a nonode. And all it means is the number of electron connections that are in the valve. In other words, the number of pins, basically. That's why it only goes up to 9. There's 9 pins on the valve in those days. And I watch a lot of antique programs, you know, and somebody popped up with a Coster valve radio on there, you know, at the auction. I was like, blimey, I repaired one of them. And next thing I'd see is a Roberts transistor radio. I repaired loads of them. That was Roberts transistor radio was the top of the range transistor radio when they came out. They actually had better sound than the mains radio. Because the thing about the first transistors, or the trannies as you used to call them, came out, were very tinny. And the Roberts one was had quite a good bass on it. Anyway, that's all for now. I'll have a look and see if I can still get these things on eBay. What was I talking about? Oh, well, that's it. I forgot to mention, this is a short one, but some of my videos are extremely long and seem to go on forever, and I must tell you that you must watch to the end. For instance, there's one of my videos, it says a combination, it's called Days Break or Days Break. A lady in America got me on Skype video phone, and I talked to her. I've been trying to contact her again, but she says she's on Pacific Standard Time now or something, and if she is, she's something like 10 hours behind us. Anyway, she said, sent poems to me, and I sat down and wrote the words. Now, because I sat down with the words and the guitar and started from scratch, it sounds like rubbish to start with, because I'm just trying to pick out a melody, a tune, a theme and whatnot, and trying different things out. And if you don't listen to the end, you think it's all rubbish. But if you stop to think that the whole song was composed in that short period of time, I don't know. Somebody said that at MILIBAND or something, the budget or something, that they'd written it on the back of a cigarette packet. I said, "Oh, that's good then." John Lennon wrote what's it called? That big hit song of his. He wrote that on the back of the cigarette packet. Imagine, he wrote that on the back of a cigarette packet. So it must be a good budget. Anyway, goodbye. I might get back to just see if this is working.